Yeah. Bills Mafia. Don Brown. Yeah. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, you know.
What up? It's your boy. I'm your host, Draper J, aka Brother Ballhead, aka the Mustache Menace, aka Mr. Brown Sipper. And I'm back like Stephen A. Hairline, here to hit you with another episode of All About the Bills. And in this show, I will review our last matchup in the divisional round against the Baltimore Ravens, and I will preview our next matchup in the AFC championship. Can you believe it? Let's jump into it.
You hear Sean McDermott clapping while I'm snapping? Do you? Jerry Hughes will get the sack soon as you snap it. Yeah. Andre Roberts running back, ain't no just backing. Mafia, we on a ride and we got traction.
All right, now we defeated the Baltimore Ravens 17-3. Moved on to AFC Championship. Now, let me get into a little storylines that I came away from with that game as I viewed it myself through my eyes. Now, before that game, I had a talk with one of my coworkers. He was kind of like, what do y'all think y'all need to do? I was more or less saying that I'm more confident if we can contain Lamar Jackson and play him the right way. And what I mean by that, I mean by eliminate those long runs on design run plays by him. Contain him in the pocket and make him play quarterback. Not that I'm saying he can't be an elite quarterback one day, but right now that's not a part of his game. His legs is the biggest part of his game. And I want to shout out Leslie Frazier and his defense and the defensive scheme that he came up with in holding them in check. Let me jump into some Lamar stat lines and the result of that defense. All right, we held them to 3 points. Defense got 4 sacks led by Jerry Hughes, and we got a forced fumble and an interception, which led to the pick 6 by Teron Johnson. Shout out to Teron Johnson. Coming up big in the game, just like this, kind of how when we played the Pittsburgh Steelers, he came up big in that game too. They helped break that game open. Now, let me move on to what I kind of saw myself with my own eyes as far as the game, how it played out. First half, I was confident. I was cool with the score being 3-3. 3-3, a team that runs up the score, runs the ball all over the field. And I was, like I said, I was confident because what we were doing so far as the defense and holding and containing Lamar Jackson, and we just getting out of 3-3. The good part of it, we gave them 6 possessions, and they only came out of that game with 3 points in the first half. The bad part about it, we only came out of the game, we had 7 possessions in that first half, and we only came out with 3. Our offense is more potent than that. Just 3 points in the first half, but okay, I was cool. Might as well say it was like a 0-0 game going into the next half, 3-3. But things like that worried me when you're in the playoffs, like the Tyler Bass miss after we got that first 3 points. And then the drive we got that 3 points. We had things like with Gabe Davis, big grab Gabe, he had a pass that go right through his fingers. Normally he catches those, but it wasn't meant for the Cards, I guess. I couldn't get too mad at him. Rookie, young cat, he's been performing all year, My southern accent takes over a lot. He's been performing a lot this whole season. That was just one of those incidents, that just happened. But in the playoffs, like I said, those are some of the things that moving forward or going into the game, that could be like a butterfly effect. That's the only thing that made me uncomfortable. The offense is run first offense. If we're not up by at least about 40 points, 30 points, then that doesn't make them do anything different. That's why in the second half they came back out still running it. You know what I'm saying? People ask me like, man, why are they still running? I mean, because they still within striking distance, 2 scores or so, or a score or so. So they're going to keep running, right? And I want to know is why are we so pass heavy? It's not I'm digging the outcomes of the game, but is it because of the growth of Josh Allen, or is it because of we don't believe in our running back or the running back situation? You can't say you don't believe in the line because the line kept him clean all day long, other than that one sack he fumbled the ball, and Snowman, Deion Dawkins got back on the ball, got the ball back for us, but he ended up punting it. I mean, Motor only ran the ball one time first half, 7 times the whole game, 7 carries for 25 yards. And TJ Yeldon ran the ball for 2 carries, 4 yards. Man, I didn't even know TJ Yeldon even got in the game. Damn, did he change his number? What? Let me know. Somebody tell me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even remember him getting. Maybe I was just too faded. You know what I'm saying? While I was watching the game, I don't even remember TJ Yeldon even getting in the game. But it seems like we're leaning on Josh. We're getting the results we want out of this this play calling scheme or this game plan. All right, Josh went 23 for 37, 206 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. Very efficient game. Not the numbers that we're used to from Josh, but I'll take it. With the win, I'll take it. But I'm asking about the run game. In the playoffs, you got to be balanced. If you're not balanced, you're not anything. It's winning so far. Fingers crossed. Let's keep it. Let's keep that trend going. But just like with the Colts, they knew what we like to do best, and they dared us to run. True enough, Josh came up with 324 yards, two in the air, 1 on the ground. We were just a better team that day. We overcame their secondary. The secondary weren't world beaters. But moving forward in the playoffs, coming into this next matchup, it's going to be the same deal. Just like when we played the Chiefs earlier this year, we dared them to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? We know the outcome of that. And I will get into that when I preview that game later. Just hold tight on that one. Now, right before I jump into my preview of the Chiefs game and the AFC Championship game or whatnot, the Baltimore Ravens, their defense played big time this game. Can't take anything from them. But the Ravens will always be a good team, but they will never be a great team until Lamar Jackson progresses as a passer. They will never be on that next tier. Not that I'm saying that the kid can't get that way, can't get to that point, can't be that player, but you're going to have to come on with it as a passer. You dynamic, running around the field. He's kind of like, he reminds me of Vic, and some people get mad at me when I say this or I make this analysis. Vic was a great player, but he can never take his team to the next level until he became a better passer, until he hooked up with Andy Reid. Once he hooked up with Andy Reid, became a better passer, and his legs were secondary, and there was like another weapon. Okay, if nothing's open, then I will use my feet. Until Lamar Jackson learns that, the Baltimore Ravens will be just a good team. They'll make it to the playoffs. Anywhere from 10, 11, maybe 12 win type team. Early exit. Second round exit. I'll say this. Or they need to get an offensive coordinator in there to scheme something intermediate game management wise. Maybe if he can become a game manager. If he can become a game manager with the legs and then design run, that could be a dangerous offense. That might be all he needs. Maybe a few shots deep a game, but, they have Greg Roman. Us as Bills fans, we know what Greg Roman is about. San Francisco fans, that y'all know what Greg Roman is about. Y'all had him with Kaepernick. He introduced the read option. He comes to Buffalo. Same offense with Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod was okay, but Tyrod didn't have that dog in him. We're not going to backtrack on that. We're going to let that sleeping dog lie. Now he's over there in Baltimore running that same offense. It may be time for them to get a new offensive coordinator. Somebody who's young, innovative, knows how to, progress the game. I always thinking ahead of the curve. They can implement their read option that you like to do, run heavy, and maybe just make them a game manager. You know what I'm saying? If the check down isn't there, intermediate, short routes, okay, maybe one deep shot. That's my 2 cents about that. Maybe that will be the recipe for the Baltimore Ravens, because I want to see this. I want to see the guy, progress and get better, because I think this isn't the last time Josh and Lamar are going to face off in the playoffs. When I came up in the AFC, it was just only in the playoffs. It was, you only had Kelly, Marino, and Elway. Those were your options. That's all you had to really watch. Now we got Pat Mahomes, you got Josh Allen, you got Deshaun Watson, you got Baker Mayfield, you got Lamar. So I think between those five guys, between those guys, the sky's the limit, and they're gonna continue to compete in the playoffs. They're gonna continue to battle. Now, let me move along into my preview of the upcoming matchup, the AFC Championship game, the Bills versus the Chiefs. This hasn't happened in a while. I think maybe I was like 12 years old last time we was in the AFC championship game. First time in my adult life ever actually feeling this feeling again. It's starting to feel like the 90s. My favorite player, number 23, is slamming all over everybody, winning championships on TV. You know what I'm saying? We going to the playoffs. We going to the AFC championship, the Bills. You know what I'm saying? If I could only get them Florida State Seminoles to do right. But that's another podcast for another situation. Let me move on. Let me move on to the storylines of this next game and what I will hope to see and what I want to see play out. All right. First and foremost, of course, everybody and their mom and their grandmama, granddaddy, whoever, everybody want to see Josh Allen versus Pat Mahomes. And they've started this big thing ever since they came into the league. Who can throw the ball the furthest? And they kind of, played around with that idea. When we played them the first time, we might go out there beginning of the game and do this and do that. Yeah, I hear y'all. I like that. I like that. That type of camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I came up watching Kelly and Marino go at it. You know what I'm saying? Friendly camaraderie. On the field, we were enemies. You know what I'm saying? The off season, we playing golf, kicking it, Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Good friends. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna always be who can throw the ball the furthest. They can always. It's gonna be like how LeBron plays around. Used to play around with the idea of the slam dunk contest. I might get in it. I might not. I might do this. I might do that. And he never gets into it. He's always there just as a spectator. I think they're gonna probably play around with it to the idea one day like, man, y'all ain't gonna never do nothing. Y'all ain't gonna never shake nothing. But I want to see what this gonna be like. What I want to see is if Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes gonna play? Is he gonna play? But I want him to. I want him to. I want to beat Pat Mahomes. Just like when we were going through the drought, I want to beat Tom Brady. I want to beat Brady in the playoffs last year to put him out. I don't want to duck. I don't want to dodge nobody. Let's go. Hey, let's get it. I've been waiting on this game ever since they started pitting us against them around week 8, week 9, week 10, saying that we could be a team that could be the upcoming, the contenders. I've been waiting on this. So I don't want to duck. I don't want to dodge nobody. I want to play Pat Mahomes. Because if they play Chad Henne and we beat him, they're going to be like, yeah, they won a Super Bowl, but yeah, they beat the Chiefs that year, but nah. I want Josh Allen to build that legacy of beating Phillip Rivers, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, and possibly Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady for the Super Bowl. That's what I want. So when I turn on my TV and I watch little national media, what y'all got to say now? Nick, right? What you got to say now? You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna come with next? And also, in this game right here, I want to see if it's Josh gonna be their quarterback. If you give him a second chance at you, like he did with the Ravens. Last year we played them. They beat us. The defense had Josh in all kind of shambles, for lack of a better term. He was confused. You know what I'm saying? It was a rough day for him. This go around, he looked a little more confident and he was more efficient. Is he going to be the quarterback to where if you give him a second chance or second crack at you, he's gonna beat you? And that's a shout out to the coaching staff, the offense coordinator, defense coordinator, Leslie Frazier, Brian Dable. We learned from our mistakes last year with the Ravens. Let's see, can we learn our mistakes from earlier this year, week 6. We were missing a lot of pieces. COVID pushed a lot of our games around with the Titans, which pushed our games against the Chiefs around. So we had to play it on a different day. They kind of threw everything off. I felt like it was bad juju around those teams. I think had we played those games there, we probably lost no more than one game this year, 2 games this year. But that's me. Let me get out of my bag. Let me get back into spitting the facts. And what I want to see is, what's the game? What's the game plan gonna be this go round? Just like how I said, the coach dared us to run in the first round. We played the Chiefs. We dared them to run. Just we didn't know they're going to amass 226 yards on the ground, 220 plus yards on the ground, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire was going to have a day against us. We didn't know that. But we held Pat Mahomes to maybe 220-ish, 200-something yards. But we didn't know that. We didn't foresee them being heavy on the ground. I see this game right here, us mixing up our looks. Yeah, at times we're gonna dare them to run, but I think we're gonna mix it up, kind of give you some of what we did against Lamar, bring an extra man off the edge, maybe a DB, to make the pocket kind of hot for Pat Mahomes. And like I said, he's gonna play. He's gonna play. They may even break a few rules just to make sure he plays, but it's not no damn. We're not seeing Chad Henne, so you can get that out your head. Any Bills fan that wants Chad Henne so we can have an easy walk into the playoffs, you're not a Bills fan. You want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. I want Pat Mahomes. Sorry, let me get back in my bag. Let me jump back into what I was the point I was trying to make. So I think they're gonna give them different looks, but we also have to be mindful. They have weapons like Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, the cheetah. You know what I'm saying? Le'Veon Bell and Sammy Watkins. This would be a game to where we kind of hold everybody else down, and Sammy, I forget to call him Samuel Jackson, but Sammy Watkins, he'll break out of spite because we didn't want to pay him. Mad at Brandon Bean, mad at Sean McDermott. Y'all gave up on me. This his type of game. So we had to make sure they have, and then Mecole Hardman. They have weapons. They have a track team as far as receivers. And Kelsey, let's not forget, last game he got off a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? Which, like I said, is on our middle linebackers. Our linebackers like Tremaine Evans, Maine Savage, we need you. Matt Milano, we need you. Can't let him get off. We pretty much held Mark Andrews in check, which led to that pick six in this last game. And I even said before that play even started, or before when they got in the red zone, that play before that maybe. Look for Mark Andrews. We need to guard Mark Andrews in the red zone because that's his guy. The tight end, Mark Andrews, watching him. And maybe I had a direct line to Leslie Frazier. Maybe they was listening to me. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, great minds think alike. And that was the game plan. That's what we need to look out for as far as Travis Kelce. But with the Chiefs, they use Kelce all the way down the field. And in the red zone, he's more prevalent. Not just only him. Scheming up the cheetah, Tyreek Hill getting open, as long as the other cast of characters that they have. And what I want to know is, will we even make an attempt at a run game this game? Like I said, I think with the Colts game, they set everybody back there that's to run. We have to take control. We have to take advantage of that. We can't sit back and let Josh throw the ball 30 to 35 times. We had to have something to simulate a rush game. If not that, something to keep the defense very honest. Something like maybe we haven't even ran any gadget plays this postseason. No gadget plays. And I think this is the game where we will see them. Because give the defense something to kind of not focus on, okay, Josh is going to drop back, throw the ball 35, 40 times. Give me some gadget plays. Give me some. I mean, we haven't ran any gadgetry. We haven't ran anything like that. That's Dable's MO. I know the last couple of years, it was Josh Allen growth. It was Josh Allen growth show. We weren't trying to, put too much on his plate. But give me something this game. We're going to have to do something because they're going to think he's the main ball distributor. Give me some jet sweep with McKenzie. Give me some motion with McKenzie. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little motion with McKenzie, have the defense looking one way, and then come back on the other side with something else. Yeah, AKA, give me the screen. Give me the reverse back the other way. Give me some double passes. Something that's at the line of scrimmage if we're not going to be able to make up some kind of, or bring together some kind of running game, whether it be design runs by Josh or whatever, or just straight handing the ball off. Give me something to where the defense is going to step towards the line and give us that over-the-top stuff later. You know what I'm saying? Because you give them the double passes and all that stuff there that's going to make the defense step up. Now, we can fake some of that and we'll have some things open for us in that second half. There's just something that, you know what I'm saying, just something to throw out there before I move on to my next point. And then this next one, I want to know, can we seize the moment? Can we? Because, I mean, next year, the AFC championship is not promised to us. Like I've said before on this show, tomorrow is not promised. Like my boy Eminem said, I mean, you only get one shot to prove the chance. Don't blow this opportunity. It comes once in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Because you got teams like Cleveland, Baltimore, right on your heel. Ain't no telling how that may come back next year. Ain't no telling how that may look. Ain't no telling what the growth of Lamar in the offseason, what that may look like. Because the loss to the Houston Texans last year is what made Josh Allen into the quarterback that he is this year. So no telling what this loss does to Lamar. Ain't no telling what the Kansas City Chiefs loss did to Baker Mayfield. These are all competitors. They want the best. They want to be the best. They want to compete with the best. They want to show that they're on the stage with the right people. They don't want to look like they outmatched. So this year, we got to take control of our destiny. We have to seize this moment. Next year ain't promised. Next year we may be good, go 13-3 next year, 12-4 next year, 11-5, whatever, and still, get back to this point, or maybe get to the divisional, get knocked out. So we have to seize this moment. Let me jump into my game predictions. All right, on my game prediction, I think they're gonna try to take Stephon Diggs away from us. They're gonna try to do things that make it hard for us to get the ball to him. But I think they will scheme ways for them to get the ball, design passing plays. I think Diggs will get 8 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. He can't stay out the end zone now. Y'all ain't gonna stop that. He gonna get a touchdown. I don't care if he gets 7 catches, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. He did that one game this year. He's gonna do that. All right, with Josh, I'm looking at, give me 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's all I need. Good efficient game. Defense, back me up, which goes into my next game prediction. I think the defense will give us 3 to 4 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. No pick six, no picks, no interception. I would like that. No, don't get me wrong. I would like that now. But I 3 to 4 sacks, a forced fumble, fumble recovery. And now, right before I get out here, I'm gonna give you my score prediction on this game too. 27-21 Bills. I think it's gonna be one of those games where I kind of thought the first game should have went. I think Leslie Frazier, you give him another chance at your offense, he's gonna figure you out. You give Josh another chance at your defense, he's gonna figure you out. And I think it's gonna be, the first quarter may end up 7-7. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Second quarter, maybe like 7-10, or going into the half, 13-10, some around that realm. You know what I'm saying? 13-10, But I think it's gonna be punch, counter punch, defensive stop. Then somebody makes a big play to get the ball back, another punch. Then we're to the point where somebody is holding the other one off from driving in to score, maybe if not a game time touchdown or a field goal to help the cause, or maybe be down by a score, something like that. I think it's gonna be kind of one of those games, and this is the game I was looking for the first time we played them, and I'm hoping it be a good game, and of course the Bills come out on top. So now, before I get out of here, if you're looking for any of my content, check me out on aatb.buzzsprout.com. If you're rocking with what I got going on, check me out on all my social media platforms. I'm all over Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You look me up at DraperJackson.1, capital D, capital J, you got me. Over on Instagram, on the gram, hit me up on the gram. Got all about the B _ hit me up on there. Over on Facebook, all about the Bills. If you want to hit me up on my personal page, you know what I'm saying, and try to get a part of this, all about the Bills, be a part of this AATB movement, you can hit me up on my Facebook page, Draper Jackson. Hook me up, look me up, AATB. Tell a friend that AATB is in. Let's make this thing trend. No matter. Peace.
It's the mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. Who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got Joshallen on my team. And Steph Diggs on my team. Super Bowl, what you mean?